Unscripted Q&A, let's get into it. Are there any pieces of art you've done that were so bad that you still think about them today? This, 2011, saw some dragon concept art and I was feeling inspired, and then this abomination happened. I've shown this on the channel before. I might redraw it. He's in pain. He's in so much pain. What are some rendering mistakes you made when you were learning to digital paint you wish you knew about at the time? Let's go back to like all the way 2016, one of my first attempts at doing like a full painting. What are some rendering mistakes? Drawing individual hairs. Why would you do that? Simplified. Like, yeah, these brushes are fun, these custom brushes that allow you to draw like strands and stuff, but these should be reserved for areas that are getting the most amount of light, or like the main focal points. That's why I mostly use the round brush these days, because it just gives you a more cohesive result if everything is rendered with the same type of brush. I mean, you can use custom brushes, of course, but you need to not just rely on them like I did on the background here. How do you calculate the area of a trapezium? I don't know what the trapezium is. Oh wait, I thought you were talking about the trapezius muscle. Damn, this is interesting. Yeah, I don't remember shit about high school math. Good thing I decided to become an artist. What do you do when you get art block? I just don't draw, like I don't try to force it. But I mean, like, art block only exists when you do art for yourself for fun. If you do it professionally for a client, then it's like, it's just a thing you do. You don't need motivation to do it. I have art block constantly, actually, with personal art. There's this one piece I've been working on, which is kind of challenging. Yeah, it's been in the works since April. I've been abandoning it for months at a time. I don't really think about it though. I don't make like a big deal out of it in my head. Have you studied art in a university, or are you self-taught? And if you are self-taught, what is your advice when approaching this method? I studied on my own. I tried to do it daily or semi-daily. Took genuine interest in what I was learning, like watch tutorials at 3 a.m. That's what it was like for me. If you want somebody more qualified to talk about this, listen to the Draftsman podcast. Do you have some sharding tricks that are easy? What do you like about drawing? Have you ever dreamed of working to a specific gaming compano as an illustrator, concept artist? Yeah, I mean, my aspirations as an illustrator are pretty generic. I would love to do something for Riot Games. I wouldn't want to go full-time though. The last time I worked full-time, my channel completely died. What was the toughest thing for you to learn in the world of art? Anatomy, probably. I've been learning since 2018. Still going, still failing. There's so many nuances and intricacies that intertwine, and so many aspects you need to be taking into account at once that it's a constant struggle. But yeah, it's very rewarding when you look back at your work and you have indeed leveled up. When did you start getting serious about art, starting to practice anatomy, wanting a career out of it? 2015. My whole life was revolved around hanging out with some people back then, like a friend group and some relationships within the friend group. And yeah, it ended with some stupid drama, and then I was like, what the fuck is going on? I should just get back on my YouTube shit. And I did that, stopped talking to people and just did my thing and got a job. Built a portfolio unknowingly. I just made some artworks, put them on ArtStation, and then it got discovered by an employer. It took like 2-3 years of pretty regular practice. Learn by doing, take on challenging projects. Mark Brunette made like a good point on this recently. 70% of your new projects should be easy for you, but 30% of it should be challenging, something you don't know how to do yet, so that you don't get burnt out every time you take on a new project, but it's still challenging enough and fun enough at the same time. But yeah, aside from that, deliberate practice, daily practice. Do you have any embarrassing art stories, like a family member finding something weird that you drew? When I was 16, I drew like a furry head in my notebook, and like a classmate, like a nerd that was bullied most of the time, was like, what the fuck is this? And that's when I knew I fucked up. When a nerd that gets bullied makes fun of you, the bully. I mean, I wasn't the bully, but I low-key was at the same time, alongside with a bunch of other classmates. I wouldn't have bullied people individually alone though, but it's cool. There's like this herd mentality. Got anything else you enjoy doing besides art? Music. Real fans know. I've been putting this clip at the end of my videos.
Check out my SoundCloud.
So yeah, check them out SoundCloud. Check them out SoundCloud, y'all. I make some fire ass beats. I'm gonna play something in the background right now as I talk that is made by me. What's your favorite flavor of paint? Mine is either cadmium red or Kremenitz white. People say art is influenced by our environment, like the city and country we're born in and what exists around the city, with other factors like ideas that inspire you. Has your art been reflective or influenced by Estonia? If so, what are some key characteristics that display this? Yeah, I mean, it has been influenced, like my personal works, like the Skella graffiti things, or like just another piece I did in the past, post-Soviet aesthetics. But yeah, it does reflect a bit. Like I like drawing abandoned places and like graffiti. Like I always been attracted to graffiti growing up because I saw it everywhere. But yeah, I don't want to paint a picture that Estonia is depressing or anything. These are just things that my personality picks up, you know what I mean? It's quite nice here in the more developed areas, and the nature is nice. Hi, I wanted to ask you, how is your day usually like? I have a day job, half-time that I work from home. I'm a designer for some slot games, spinny, gambly games that you can win money from. I don't recommend playing them, but if you're feeling edgy, then go for it. And if you're over 21, of course. Yeah, it's a pretty fun job. Like I'm responsible for the entire design, starting from like the game characters and the entire theme, backgrounds, assets, props. When I first started this job, I was worried about the ethical aspects. Whoa, people are gonna cancel me because I work for gambling games. I don't give a crap anymore. It's just a business, you know what I mean? Yeah, people can get addicted and ruin their lives in extreme cases, but those are just that, extreme cases. Most people don't fall into those holes. Anyways, this is getting off topic. So yeah, I work my hours and then I do YouTube and my own stuff. I'd be on that Sigma grind, so in the evenings I work out sometimes. I try to keep it regular, failing at it recently. Do you feel that making art has changed the way you perceived the world? If so, how? Yeah, I mean, observation, specular reflections and such, like how this changes right here. Looking at people's arms when they're speaking, like how the muscles work inside the arm. Make your art bigger on shirts. Might have to look into that. What's your favorite piece and which one took the longest? I'm most proud of this one to this day. I made this when I was 21 and it still holds up. It's got like a very micro and a very macro thing going on. Got some photo bashing, some 3D. Made like a bunch of concept art first to make this piece reality. Who is your least favorite artist? I'm gonna start some drama right now. Jazza or Lavender Town. I don't actually care. I'm just fucking jealous of the numbers, that's all. Who is your inspiration / favorite artist? I'll put some of my favorite artists on the screen right now. Do people at your skill level ever spend hours into a project and then come back to it the next day and realize that it looks like shit? Absolutely, yeah, it happens to me still. But yeah, it doesn't take a day. I understand it right away if something isn't working. I may not understand why though, but when I come back to it a day later, I see why. Is it hard to balance your personal life and studying, practicing art? No, it's when you don't have a personal life, it's easy. Lol. Self-deprecation joke. XD time. Why is the human brain so lazy? Like, I want to draw, but don't have the motivation too. Sometimes I rely on discipline. Lol. I like how this is worded like human specifically. Like if I could have like a non-human brain, I would. Dude, I don't even like being a human. Like we're so weak. Like it's so dumb. Like we fall down 5 meters from somewhere and we immediately break our bones and are unable to walk. Like it's so dumb. We have such small limitations. Like go underwater for like 2 minutes and we drown. Drive a car, crash into a tree and die immediately. And their brains are so stupid as well. Like the motivation shit, like when it hits you at 3 a.m. Once the Neuralink shit starts getting developed, I'm gonna hop on that. I mean, I probably won't actually. Yeah, it's a dream I have to not be a human. Well, I wanna upload my consciousness, bro. Coolest thing you've done, I made this channel. What's your favorite thing to draw? Girls with massive badoinkers. Give us some recommendations, films, food, artists, books, YouTubers, whatever. Who are my favorite YouTubers? Hillier Smith for editing tutorials. I Am Lucid, he's got some interesting talks and like male virginity, cybersecurity, and dark web stuff. James Lee makes some very cool quality animations, blend of live action and 2D. Penguin Zero, funny content. Smo Nova, if you want some cool graffiti content. Yeah, some ordinary gamers. Tag Machine, illegal tagging videos. There's also some questions on Instagram. Thoughts on NFTs from an artist's perspective. I mean, if you can profit off of them, then go for it. I mean, like, if you can rip off some people, all the power to you. It seems kind of useless, to be honest. Like, the utility part is not there. I mean, art in general is useless if you think about it. Like, why would you, even if you buy a commission from me, like, it's only got emotional value. I just don't care. Like, if an artist makes NFTs and is able to profit off of it, like, good for you. If Van Gogh and you are in a 30 minutes MMA fight, who do you think would win? Please answer me easily, bro. What the fuck? What's your favorite meme to come out of your channel? My favorite meme is the music tutorial on my second channel. I don't know if I missed this somewhere, but what's with the jazzy jokes, conflict stuff? Lol, I made it up. It's kind of a meme, but it also isn't at the same time, but it is. Advice for getting employed and furthering your art career. So make sure your portfolio fits what type of job you're going for. Be mindful of how you display your work, like how the images are arranged, how they flow into one another. Put yourself in the shoes of a viewer, of an employer who's coming on your page. Give yourself like 10-second maximum time limit to look over your portfolio. Did you have an emo phase? Not quite, but I did have an emo style when I was like 13. Since you draw and make bangers, have you ever considered making an animated music video? I was going to back in 2016. Had like a whole ass storyboard created. I had like even 2 scenes animated. Yeah, I didn't follow through with it because it was just too much work. I actually didn't even care. Like, the story was so dumb. Like, it would have been a stupid music video. I just wanted to do it for the purpose of, look, I'm only 19. Bruh, I can make music and I can make sick industry grade animation at age 19. How do you properly hold pendants and pencils? Who cares? Like, just hold it how it's comfortable for you. What do you think your art is going to look like in the future? Like, I don't know, 3 years plus. I'm attempting to do more with less, like, just achieve like a rendered look with few brush strokes. Like, take the most out of every single brush stroke and just get things right at the start. I don't like excessive construction and build up at first. I just want to know exactly what I'm going for. So yeah, in those aspects, it's gonna improve probably. Can we expect to see a Gondla Holiday 4 this year? January 1st, 2023. So it's not this year. How many kids do you have? 0. Report. Thanks for submitting your questions, and don't eat paint. See you guys next time.
Buy my shirts right now or else.
Bruh, check out my SoundCloud.
Hey kid, wanna buy some reference packs? I got you covered, fam.